Hi there and welcome back to War in the Age 2. So let's do the normal thing of scanning down the line, seeing if there's anything worth trying to blow up. There's definitely somebody there, isn't there? Yeah, right then, for a nice 3,000 casualties, I will take that. Yeah, field caught, not going to do much for you. Oh, and there's a tank on the line, have you? I will take that and all of its tanks. It's nice when they leave you gifts. Right then, for 8,000 casualties. That's pretty good. What's this? 20 to 17. I think we can take that too. Yeah. Would like more casualties out of that, but all 125 tanks out of that one. 71 of the 87 tanks out of that one. And 5,000 casualties. Now if we advance you forward, and you up to the line, we can definitely shatter this guy. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Here we can get rid of this guy. And then this guy. That tank lot only had 8 tanks to begin with. And then that's a step too far. Mess up that artillery unit. I would have liked to have killed more of its guns. Good damage, but not as good as I would have liked. Yeah. This is the danger zone, so... you need to find somewhere to... use the right hotkey. You back to that depot to refit. And then fill that gap with these guys here. Oh, recon was wrong. Alright. What can I do about Kharkov? Not much apart from withdraw my troops. The less than the best place you could have retreated to. This Cav division's gonna have to come fill this gap. It's speed bumps, but I want to be able to threaten the flanks of Kharkov. Oh, 400 tanks they had, and I wanted to kill more than that. Way too much. I've been doing very good at mauling all the tank divisions. Then we're into the defensive section. Need to be able to break them. Right. Definitely need some fresh troops in this area. That's looking a bit better. They're not regroup you. Thought I saw someone else down there. Did not. Everything continues to look good. 704 and 700 tanks. Okay. Okay, I'll do depot management. Okay, here we go there, so. It made me retreat near Moscow. Behold. Holding. Runs attacks. This is where we're gonna have more worries. Yep. They've broken through the flank here, though it's costing them. That just cost them nearly 8,000. A failed assault. Another 7,000 there. On that one. 3 for us, 2 for them. So they've concentrated all their force around Stalino now. Force, that came out of fourth. Stupid lisp. Just smacking around, bouncing off. Okay. Really could do with the mud. They fought hard, but yeah. Six months of being massacred is going to show. Okay, held. Held. Yeah, it's because I want my fortifications. That'll be my bloody weak for a while. But they're still taking losses. Come on, get up. Yeah, failed me front line. Made it through. Bit more push than I would have liked. At least we're seeing a few sorties now. $73 for 52. Lost the VP for Finland. Don't exactly care that much. Obvious weak spots there. I mean, I know they're just here, but it's always nice to see that. Ooh, that said 43 on the defense there. Yeah, okay, so that says 2019. Interesting. You need to beat it with another Panther Core and then step back to my defences. Tank Core. Always be blowing up their tanks. Bringing their infantry cores if at all possible. You need to refit. You back and put you on reserve. Get you out of there. Yeah, that ground we lost here is starting to hurt. You need to come back on to refit. Did you take out another 44 tanks? Gratefully taken. And bounced off that tank there. Alright, second line troops are being deployed to the side. Could be another brutal day here. Down to 1. So who knows? You move to there and refit as well. So if the mod hits, things could get a bit better. Nothing worth taking out of that. Maybe the Stub Battalion. Too stupidly low. Okay. 97 but 800 tanks. And the victory points just dropped heavily because I lost Kharkov. Total men map, that's more interesting. Nothing I'm ever going to do is going to reduce those guns back down. But armor fighting vehicles has dropped very heavily. These assaults have cost them a lot. Look at that manpower pool drop. Most of that is probably from the fact they're transferring that into active cores on the front. Anyway, let's get punched in the face once more. Alright, here we go. Losing a bit of ground near Moscow, apparently. Held there. End of March. It always feels like winter lasts forever in Russia. Here comes dreaded front attacks. Those are just costing the men. Oh, I've retreated there. Yeah, losing ground around Kursk as well. They held, took 5,000 Russians with them. Soviets. So you can blame the second front. The second front calls them Russians, and that got into my head again. What's there? Look, they took more casualties. With 25 tanks out of 300 there. That's a good defence. Lost a bit of ground there. Micro advances across the front so far. They mounted but pretty much no casualties. Long term that seemed a lot bit. Ground I had plenty of, men not so much. Losing a bit more ground here. Routed regiment there. These little bits that hold. Okay, that's heavy losses. Probably most of the Romanians rather than the German troops. Come on, no places to attack. There. Held. Held. 3 separate waves they've travelled off this week. Is that it? Forming front line. Sometimes get a sneaky one in. Right, authorities are increasing. We're back to blizzards in some places. You don't like how thinly that's held up there, but yeah. To be done. Are we still part blizzard? Alright. Okay there. $800 there. With a 5k and 66 tanks. An artillery division on the front line. Let's smack it up and kill some guns. Mess up that mechanized division as well. Counter-attacking here to destroy the tanks. Or not. Yeah, we're not breaking through level 2 fort, are we? Breaking through that guy either. You up to there. Alright, here we got a chance to counter-attack. This would shorten our lines. And smack up a tank unit. Level 2 fort, now what's happening there. Here we've got another tank corps. Yeah, take off its tanks out. Not much in its tanks, but yeah, it's a worth a go. Mechanized corps. Not bad. Not bad for that rifle division. You're now the active reserve. Here we have a slight issue. We still have a few reserves to put into there. You back with heavy losses, but we've matched you back. Just so we pass us again. Maintaining now, so we killed a lot of guns this turn. But yeah, definitely seeing a steady decrease in the number of tanks. And I want to keep that going. Alright. What I really want though is the winter to come. Or the mud, sorry, not the winter. Okay, and the paint's going to be coming in a second. Here we go. A bit early on that. Hey, what's select my computer now? Retreated, but they took the losses. Something in the background is interfering with this. What's that? Oh, sort yourself. Heavy losses around Moscow. Remember, I've still got a bunch of tank units who've not done anything for the entire fight. Sitting there, ready to pounce on when the enemy have weakened themselves. Nice to see a hold at the start of this. That was the heavy losses. Not liking this. Yeah, this is a bit worrying. I'm gonna have to pull these guys out if they don't retreat out. Oh, they're gonna throw out someone. No, I actually want you to retreat. There. Nope, this part of the line just collapsed. Yep. No big hits on them this time. Honestly, getting this far into the year before collapsing is good. 3,000 there. 2,000 there. Holding. That's important. 3,000 there, 35 tanks. 2,000 there. Retreated on the second wave. They retreated. Okay, held those for 4,000 casualties. They stepped into allow us to hold there. $2,000 there. Oh, come on, building assault fronts. Yeah, sources are definitely increasing. Watching so casualties, not quite. More no advantage than mine, but getting there. Right, you guys need to pull back. As you form whatever defensive line you can. Yeah, they're definitely pushing hardest here. Not sure I've got anything I can do to help you though. And they're also pushing quite hard up here. Then you smash up their tank units wherever they are. Oh, that's level 1 forts. That was a mistake. Gotta start looking for that. Right, most of this area here we'll just have to hold. Here we got a chance. There we go. Only 1,000 casualties. Boo. Won that. Right. Retract that core. Don't think it's going to hold for long. Move one guy back because let's move them both back. Just worried about them getting captured. There we go. We mess up that tank core. Infantry core. And find an apparently weak spot. Okay, apparently this entire area is just horrifically weak. It's time to cause some panic. 11,000 casualties there. Yeah, well, I wasn't planning on going on offensive this turn, but if you're gonna let me, the these guys will hold their lines. This is a bit insane. Weak is their line. Okay, I'm about to cause a few panic attacks in Soviet High Command. Because, yeah, I'm on the move. Let's get this guy on the move as well. HQ, pop that mounted unit. Around those guys as well. Keep you in the defensive line. Yeah, I was not expecting that. They have ripped the Moscow front to do this. So now they have to strip this to try and rebuild the Moscow front. Yeah, that I was not expecting. Now whether I can hold it, because this is fairly weak. I'll pull you back one because I don't feel like completely risking you. You take that depot just so they've got nothing to fall back on. Yeah, that's a massive jump. I'm very interested to see how this plays out, because they could strip. That's a massive front line they got covered now. It might be just in time for the mud as well. I mean, I've kind of struggled to cover it, but that's a different issue. Go with the attacks. That's not done them much. Held there. Held there. Yep. Cameo ups, weak points. Front attacks is where it gets salty. Or spicy. Or sweet, depending on what you want. Right, we held. Right, see some retreats down here. That's it. Okay. So that was a stunning turn for me. Yeah, only 15k losses. I will take that. And the mud has arrived just as I jump forward all this way. But I've captured a load of enemy units. I'm happy with this. I've reconnected by one, but we can sort that for next turn. I would like to warn the south, but yeah, they've probably had to strip a load of troops out of the south to try and shore this up. So, that just changed the game massively. Yeah. Am I even in a position to think about threatening Moscow and when the months go? The only problem with this, of course, it's happened just as they've now got like a month or two to rail in defences for this region. So I'm not sure I'll get much further than this, but a bit of take rise there. I can take Tula right now. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. So hope you join me next time. Give me a like if you enjoy what I'm doing.